see him. Like, he's elusive. No one talks to him. He go off the grid. All he care about is his craft and going back home. Yeah. And I drew the parallel when I was ranting about Jokic over last week.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So, Universal Music Group has officially responded to Drake's lawsuit involving Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us diss track, accusing Drake of attempting to save face in the wake of losing a rap beef to Kendrick Lamar. According to Billboard, the record label filed a motion on Monday, March 17th, to dismiss the lawsuit, calling Drizzy's accusations against them meritless, as he filed the defamation lawsuit due to the public embarrassment he endured. So the motion read, plaintiff, being Drake, one of the most successful recording artists of all time, lost a rap battle that he provoked and in which he willingly participated. Instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist that he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to salve his wounds.
So it's an uncomfortability that we're in a dot era. It's an uncomfortability to that for many people.
Don't like us. That's fine.
A West Coast nigga can't lead the culture.
No, they don't. There's a visceral reaction to it.
Ain't enough Cardi features.
Chat. Visceral.
Yeah. I do think though that this sets a good tone for. There is an appetite, a huge appetite for a Drake solo album because there was no party single that did well. This is Drake's solo single. And that's no shot.
Like Elliot Wilson.
That's no shot, but Drake, the two songs that are being serviced at radio are Give Me a Hug and Nokia. The song that got the music video is Nokia. The song that's a hit is a Drake solo record. There is an excitement for a Drake solo record. So I do think what this proves to him is, okay, I can take some time and actually craft an album and come back with it. Now, I think all of our reactions would have been different had he just done that in the first place and taken the time and dropped Nokia as a single and dropped a solo record. But we can't go back from there. I do think, like, this shows he could have a successful solo album, a super successful solo album, even in the midst of a lawsuit.
I have a accountability for this before we move on.
Okay, let me ask one thing before you give us the accountability. Does it matter to you guys if Nokia does hit #1?
No.
If it takes Luther out, let's say.
I don't give a fuck who's number one.
Nokia #1, Luther #2. That doesn't mean nothing.
If the homies, the homie Buddy, he's from Compton. If he went #1, I would celebrate. If Chaperone went #1, couldn't care less. These is my people for real. So I'm gonna celebrate my people being in those spots, getting those accolades. Yes, every time. If something like, let's say Jeremy Heck, his brother or whoever, right? I'm gonna celebrate that. Huh?
If Brandon got a #1.
Brandon got a #1, I'm gonna celebrate that. One of his childhood friends from Canada, what's it, Winnipeg?
Yeah. Winnipeg. Yeah.
From Winnipeg, get a #1, couldn't give
Justin,
a fuck less.
I
don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who's #1. If the homie's #1, I'm gonna celebrate. Everybody else, kudos to you.
Is it still dot era if Nokia goes #1?
I think if Nokia gets to hit #1, and I actually will predict that in a few weeks, I think it will. I'm gonna say here that I think
it
you
won't.
think
You
it
want to
won't?
make a gentleman's wager?
Okay. I don't know why I'm on this side, but okay. I think it will hit #1, and we can bet on this. I think that does prove. I think it's impressive. First of all, like, we do have to admit that that's impressive. In the midst of a lawsuit, after your public reputation was potentially tarnished, after people were saying you were done and you were in a casket, to go #1 is a big deal. Like that, there's no doubt about that. But I think what that does is it kind of levels the playing field in the public's mind of like, okay, all right, Drake's. The casual fan, like, all right, he's got a #1 record. He's back. All right. The stuff that was said must not be true. Like, I don't know what's going on, but he's got a #1 record. I do think it also sets the table for his next album. And I think maybe whoever it is that's investing in his next album is going to put a little bit more money into it.
But you think it's done enough that it doesn't have to go #1? It still is a victory. It still sets the stage for the
song is a
records.
win. Yeah.
Song's already a win.
I think so.
The song is a W.
Yeah.
For sure.
What was your accountability? I'm sorry.
Oh, I look at this as let me explain first. I am a LA fan, okay?
Really?
Just born and bred, just because. Lakers, Clippers, USC, don't matter. Bruins, whatever, right? I don't like Joker. That plays for the Denver Nuggets.
I thought you were talking about the bar, like the
no. What's his name?
Or Dodie Six.
Nikola Jokic. I can't stand
61 points.
I can't stand
He
that
wasn't
man.
cheering 61 points?
Is it because he's white?
No. I got a lot of white friends.
Okay.
Shout out to Ernie, who fed me and stuff when I was in high school, took care of me.
Wait, what?
Shout out to Ernie.
She's a white lady.
What's her name? Ernie's her name?
Yeah, Ernie. She took me in when I was in high school.
Okay.
Anyway, Jeremy Heck.
Jesus Christ.
Jokic. I can't stand that motherfucker, bro. Not even because I'm a Laker fan or some on Clipper, whatever, some LA shit. I can't stand him because I look at him as someone who doesn't give a fuck about being a champion.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to go back to his horses and stuff.
He just want to go raise his horses. Yeah. He don't give a fuck.
You like competitors.
He don't give a fuck, bro.
He don't bleed for the game. He's so
won
good.
A chip. He don't like, this is going to sound really, I'm just being honest. He doesn't, to me, exude star.
No, he struggles. Yeah, he doesn't want to. He don't want to.
He don't do interviews. He could barely. He don't like conduct himself like I am a champion. I'm here to be the champion. Yeah. He just want to play basketball and raise horses. Yeah. He don't give a fuck about interviews, press conferences, socializing. Mm-hmm. He didn't even celebrate when he won when he won a championship.
Back to the farm.
He just went to his farm like I'm out of here. Straight to the showers, to the farm. Fuck everybody. Fuck the champagne. I'm like, bro, what is up with this nigga, bro? I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't. He just looked like
might be the best basketball player.
Basketball horses, you know, like. And I think because I look at him like, and I've never met this man, don't know him. He might be a great guy, have no idea. He's not what I would want my champion to be, because he doesn't relish in the fact of being a champion. He doesn't exude that star quality that I want to be the guy, right?
Yep.
He's just like a fundamental, like Tim Duncan. I just want to be here. I want to play basketball, et cetera, et cetera. That's why I don't like him. And I think the same goes for the Kendrick thing, because Drake exudes the energy of the LeBron and like the superstars and stuff like that.
Okay.
Dot is very nonchalant about being he don't even give a fuck. And I think that the way I look at Jokic is the way that people look at Dot. It's just like, well, he don't even feel like a star. He be with his wife and he stay away from the cameras. You don't see him. Like, he's elusive. No one talks to him. He go off the grid. All he care about is his craft and going back home. Yeah. And I drew the parallel when I was ranting about Jokic over last week about the game, but I drew the parallel and I was like, damn, I just thought about it. The same reason I don't like Jokic is probably the same reason people don't like Dot. He just doesn't exude like, I'm here to be the #1 guy. And now that he is, it's like, what is this? Like, this energy.
What does this look like? Yeah.
This energy is foreign to us.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Well, because now that he's standing on it, I think I do actually agree. I think that's why the perception of Kendrick over so much time has been, it hasn't been, like, his status hasn't matched his public perception. Where he deserved to be in the conversation didn't match what people were giving him in the conversation, because he is like that. For example, like, somebody posted like the amount of #1 albums they both had, like #1 rap albums, and it was either even or Kendrick might have even had one more. And you look at that over the course of time, but Kendrick was doing it, he was in the cycle, and then he'd leave.
Yeah.
I even said when I first saw Kendrick do an interview, I'm like, this guy, like, I was already a fan of the music. I'm like, is this guy a star? Like, does he want to be a star? Because he's so reserved, he's so laid back. And now that he's actually standing in it on GNX and saying, like, he's like, I'm the guy, fuck everybody, fuck who came before me, it's my time right now, I'm the best rapper alive, and he's actually standing on it. I think people are, wait, hold on. Yes. You were never, no, you were never, what's going on? Like, they're confused. But Drake has always been the guy. He's always been like the flashy rapper. Like, he's had the cars, he's had the women, he's out there in the music videos, he's like doing interviews and shows and features and bringing people, like, he's always wanted that's why I think it's so tough for him right now, because it's like, if LeBron is that guy, and then, you know, even Curry, when LeBron and Curry were back and forth, like, Curry's a lot more reserved too. He wants to be a star, but he's still like kind of laid back. He's like, even the way he plays is like, all right, I'm gonna hit a shot from half court. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? So, but do you think,
you know where that comes from too? Like, I agree with everything you guys are saying. I always look at the Jay-Z Nas parallel. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
When Biggie and Pac died, Jay-Z took the leadership role of hip hop. Like, I want to be the man. I'm going to lead the culture. I'm flashy. And it was Drake's blueprint. Like, those guys wanted to be outwardly the #1 guy.
For sure.
And Nas would feel like he's the best. So out of nowhere, in the shadows, here comes Nas. And he ethers him. And everyone's like, oh my God, Nas is now winning hip hop right now. He's #1. So I think Drake took a lot from Jay-Z with that inspiration. And it's important for Drake to feel like he's the man. He doesn't like feeling like he's not #1. To your point, Kendrick isn't really viewing it that way. Kendrick just knows he's the man. It doesn't have to prove it to anybody.
Correct.
At the end of the day.
But that actually is a good point in terms of how Nas and Jay-Z paralleled afterwards, right? Because Jay at the time, the public perception was he lost the battle, right?
Yep.
So Jay,
he lost the
battle. Okay. Yeah. So Jay comes back though, and he still is the guy. He's still making albums as if he's the guy. Nas actually is the one who maybe took a little bit of a step back after the battle in terms of how he was stomping. Like he wasn't stomping around,
it reignited
right?
the whole second leg of Nas's career, honestly. Yeah.
So
it lit a fire. It made him more competitive, which he became the man he came now, where it's like, he makes 6 records with Hit Boy. Like, he could have retired around the era and been content with what he already did in music, but I think he relit a fire in Nas.
But do you think the way Jay handled it is the way that Drake could now handle things, of just like putting out good bodies of work, still having the same stature of who he is and being confident, and like, will that work?
I think this whole album's going to tell the story. Like we expect to have some reference to Kendrick on the album.
Yeah, you have to.
But he's still got to make great records outside of that. Like, he has to show us the growth. Like you said, his nods in this video show he's not ready to fully move on, in a sense. And part of what would be better for him is to fully move on.
That's it.
Right? And that's going to be tough because, again, Not Like Us is still a top 10 record. Kendrick's about to go on tour with SZA. He's going to play that record. We're going to see TikToks and videos all day of him doing it live in every city. It's hard to escape.
They're going to stay on stream.
And Mustard will be on the beat every night.
And they brought Mustard. Yeah, they bring goddamn Mustard. So now we get TV off. TV off, Jeremy.
TV off will be there. Yep. Did you know Mustard was going to be a part of this? I know you said no one really knows anything. Was this a surprise to you?
Yes.
Here's the thing. Whatever he says, I don't believe his ass. If he said no, I don't believe him. He says yes, I don't believe either one. We can't win.
No,
why do you think it was announced so late in this thing?
Because, to be honest, like, I think that they've been just putting the shows together. Like, Dot is really on his game right now. Like, he's really like, he's a showman at the